Hi and welcome back to The Books Are Everywhere. So today is the start of another week, and that means it's the start of another weekly reading vlog. This week is exciting, so I'm going for a few days away, a little breakaway later in the week, which you will see on this vlog. Going to visit my grandparents, but we're also going to the seaside where they live, so it should be fun, and hopefully I'll get some reading done while we're away as well. So me and Mark are going down on a Wednesday, so you will see that later in this reading vlog. But yeah, I want to start this vlog by having a very honest and open conversation about something that I had done this morning. I went to a doctor's appointment to have a cervical smear test. And if you don't want to hear about this, maybe skip a few minutes into this vlog, because I do want to be open and honest about something like this on my channel and just let you guys know that you can talk to me about it if it's something that you're worried about and things like that. But basically I am not of the age to have a cervical smear test yet. I am 22. I had to think about that. You don't get invited for them in the UK until you are 25, but if you do have any kind of problems or still something that you want looking at down there, I would definitely recommend approaching your doctors about that. Even if you think, you know, it's not the right time for you because you're not of that age yet, I think get things checked out if there's something you're worried about. I had this done because I am having a coil fitted next week, which is a form of birth control that is inserted into the cervix, I think. It's down there somewhere. And because of that, they do kind of a pre-checkup, which is a cervical smear test. And I just wanted to basically say a little bit about this on my vlog. So I've never had anything similar done before like this, so obviously I was a little bit nervous, but I must say I feel like it was dealt with really well. Before I had the actual smear done, the doctor sat down with me and kind of had a little chat about what was going to happen and set everything up, and then she let me go into another room where there was like a bed and basically just told me to kind of get ready and lie down, and then I could call her in. So I did that, and then she basically inserted a plastic thing. I mean, I didn't see this actually happening because you kind of have a thing over your lap, but she inserted like a plastic thing to open your cervix, and she has a light so she can kind of see what she's doing down there, and then they insert a small kind of swab and do the actual smear test itself. I found this a little bit uncomfortable. It is a little bit cold and wet because they put a bit of lubrication on there to kind of help the process go smoothly, but it was over very quickly. It doesn't feel particularly painful, or at least it didn't for me. If it does for you, please tell your doctor what you're feeling when it's happening. My doctor was very communicative with me. We had a little bit of a chat about the coil, about the smear test, and whether I'd had one before and things like that. She was very open and honest with me about it and basically just said, oh, it feels a little bit weird, doesn't it? But you can't really explain how it feels. But yeah, it was over within a couple of minutes. I just found it a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit of an odd sensation, but I didn't find it painful at all. I know that can be different for different people, and please obviously communicate it if it does. But I just wanted to say that's what happened this morning. If you are kind of nervous about getting your smear test, please have a chat with somebody that you trust. I talked to my friends about this before and basically just told them very honestly what my concerns were about having this done, what I was nervous about, and asked them any questions I had. And I feel like that obviously helped my experience run smoothly, and that is kind of all I wanted to say, and just put myself out there as being very honest and open about this. If you ever want to talk about it, please just drop me a message. I feel like it is very important to go to these things, whether it's for something like I'm having done next week, or if it's because you've been invited for your smear test after the age of 25. I think in the UK after the age of 25 you have it done every 5 years now. I think it's been kind of put up to every 5 years from every 10 years, but I will find that out in a couple of years' time when I am invited for my first one. So on to the content of this video that you're probably actually here for, which is to talk about books. I started a new book last night and a new book this morning, so we're starting this week with 2 new reads. The first one being The Monsters of Rookhaven, and I'm actually 60 pages into this one, so I'm getting through this one now. I read this last night. It's reading very, very quickly, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So this one follows Mirabelle, who lives in this house, and she is a monster. She knows she's a monster, and she lives in this house of monsters called Rookhaven, and that's kind of where the story starts off. And then very quickly into the story, I think in the second chapter, we're following a brother and sister who stumble across this house, and they're not meant to kind of be there, they're not meant to see it, but they kind of end up staying because the brother is ill and they need to be looked after. So they don't know how they found this house, nobody knows why there was kind of this like crack in this glamour they have around it, so nobody should be able to see it. And now there is humans and monsters living together, and that's kind of why the story is going so far. This story is beautifully illustrated and has some really interesting pages in here as well. I'm not going to show you that one because it's spiders, but there is some really, really pretty illustrations in here. And I really love the kind of design of it so far. This is the page that I just passed for the second part. So I started this last night, read 60 pages, hoping to read more of it today. But that is only if I manage to read my pages for the other book I started today, which is A Conjuring of Light by V. Schwab. This is the third book in the Dark Shade of Magic series, so I won't be able to say too much about this one because I would spoil the end of the series for you if I did. But this is chunky. Me and Alex are buddy reading this week, and to finish it in a week we have to read 100 pages a day pretty much. So I'm about 30 pages into this one because I started listening to the audiobook this morning, and I can't tell you much about it, but I will tell you a little bit about the first book, which is A Dark Shade of Magic, which follows Cal, who is a magician, and he can basically travel between different Londons. He thinks of it, I think, as like layers, so there's different layers of Londons. There's red, white, grey and black London, am I right in saying that? Red, white, grey and black? I think that's right, but Black London is... I think that's right, unless I'm thinking of a different, one of those is wrong, but I think it's correct. He basically travels between these different worlds, and that's where the story kind of starts off. It also follows Lila, who he kind of meets along the way, and the story has definitely come far since then, but I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to spoil the series for you. But I don't know where this one's going to go, and I'm very intrigued about it. Starting off high stakes, and I am very interested to read more. I want a little bit more of a kind of relationship and tension in this one, so I'm hoping that's what we will get. But very chunky book. And I feel very kind of productive that we're starting off the year by reading this series and hopefully finishing it by a couple of weeks into the year. So yeah, very happy with that. But anyway, I'm gonna head off. I hope this start of the video has been okay, being quite honest and open about stuff. But I'm gonna head off now, hopefully do some reading this afternoon maybe. I am hopefully gonna start my dissertation, do some work on my dissertation this afternoon. Definitely need to start doing that in the next few weeks, because my dissertation is due this year now, which is daunting. I'm gonna have some lunch first and then hopefully get started on kind of planning out where my dissertation is gonna go, and hopefully do some reading as well. So I will speak to you soon. it is Friday. As you may be able to tell from my voice, I have not actually been that well. I've had a bit of a cold that I'm still getting over. Don't worry, it's not COVID, thank God, but I haven't been that well, which means I haven't been reading a lot, and I also haven't been updating you guys. As you can probably tell, we did still manage to come away and see my grandparents, which has been really nice. Obviously just being super careful, because even though this isn't COVID, I don't want to give them a cold, and it has knocked me about a bit as well, so I have been super careful, but have managed to see them, and it's just been so lovely to be here and be by the sea. It's been really nice. But I also went to Waterstones this morning just because I wanted to go for a walk. I love going to the local Waterstones wherever I am and checking it out, and I bought myself 3 books. I also bought a couple of books for my granddad, which I'm trying to pick up and failing at. These Clive Cussler ones that he likes, and I hope he hasn't read them, but if he has read them, it's okay. We will find out. And 3 books I bought for myself are actually Agatha Christie books, because she is from close to where we are right now, so there's actually a big Agatha Christie section in the shop, which I completely didn't think about. But yeah, she is from down here, so they have a big kind of bay of Agatha Christie books, and I've recently decided to start collecting these beautiful cloth-bound editions. So this wasn't planned at all to buy these, but these are actually a bit hard to get hold of now. These Midwinter and Midsummer Mysteries ones. There's a Midwinter Murder, Midsummer Mysteries, and The Adventures of the Christmas Pudding. They're not too hard to get hold of. These are short story collections, but the other ones I got are actually a little bit harder to get hold of, so I thought, well, while they're there, I will buy them. So I got the 450 from Paddington, which is absolutely beautiful. These are the cloth-bound HarperCollins editions, and I also got the Mystery of the Blue Train, which again is really pretty. I've been wanting to get into Agatha Christie books for a while, and they've just been really appealing to me, and now I've seen these editions because I never knew which editions I wanted. I decided I want these editions. Of course they are a little bit hard to get, but I have Murder on the Orient Express being delivered to the shop I work at, so hopefully I'll be able to pick that one up tomorrow when I'm in. Death on the Nile I also want to get, but it's a bit harder to find, and I think there's a couple of others, including the short story collections as well, that I am hoping to pick up. But yeah, I would give you a reading update, but I honestly don't know if I've really read anything since I last saw you. I think I've read a little bit more of The Conjuring of Light, but I'm so far behind on it right now, so I will try and update you over the weekend, where hopefully I'll be feeling even better, because I feel like I look really ill right now. I'm actually getting over it. I'm actually feeling okay, but just a bit snotty and stuff. But yeah, anyway, I thought I'd show you the books that I bought, and went for a lovely walk this morning and went to Waterstones. But yeah, I will speak to you soon. Hi, it's Saturday. As you can see, I am at home now and I'm feeling much better. I feel like I looked absolutely terrible in my clip yesterday, even though I was actually feeling a lot better than I have been. But yeah, I'm much better today, just feeling a little bit of the aftermath, but I'm okay overall. I've been to work today and yeah, that was fine. But I thought I'd finally give you an update on my reading. I've been trying to catch up with this because I fell quite behind, and I am now here, so I don't have too much to go. Me and Alex are also going to do some kind of reading sprints just for us tonight in a minute, so and I try and catch up because I think she's behind as well. So yeah, I'm hoping that I will still manage to finish this by tomorrow because I do have tomorrow off work. So I'm going to read some more tonight, read some of the audiobook tomorrow, and probably some more of the physical book. And I am nearly back up to date of where I should be, but I still have quite a chunk to go. But I'm really enjoying this. I do feel like it's a touch long. I feel like it is very, very long, and although there is a lot happening, sometimes I feel like the pacing is very fast paced, but it just feels very long. It feels like there's a lot to go, and I don't know if it's because I'm reading it in the way that I am reading it, but yeah, it just feels very long. I wouldn't say it feels like a slog or anything. It doesn't feel like hard work to get through it. I feel like there's just this awareness that you have a lot to go, but again, I am really enjoying this. I really wanted this one to be the one that reached 5 stars, but I honestly don't think it will. I mean, obviously we will see, there is still a lot to go, it may change, but you never know. But I don't think it will be quite 5 stars. I like that the plot is different, the plot is very fast paced, and I like that it's different from the first two. I feel like that keeps things really interesting. I like the characters. I'm glad that we're seeing more of Cal and Lila together in this story, and that is kind of what I wanted from this book as the final book in the series, so I'm really glad that we're getting that. But yeah, I am really enjoying it. I think the plot's really innovative and interesting, and I am looking forward to seeing how it ends, but I don't think it'll be 5 stars, but we will see. Solid series all round still, and I'm really enjoying it, and I would really recommend it. But yeah, gonna try and read some more of this tonight, so I'll update you on that one tomorrow. I also have a few parcels and a few books that I want to talk to you about. So after buying the Agatha Christie books that I bought yesterday, I also bought these at work today. So I bought Murder on the Orient Express, which is this absolutely beautiful cover, which is honestly the one that made me want to get this set, because I absolutely love this edition. It is so beautiful. And then I also bought the Tuesday Club Murders, which kind of matches this set, and I was trying to kind of work out if they match, and they definitely do. So I kind of think that they are bringing out these Christie ones every so often and adding to the collection, because this one is very new. There is a few others that I want to get, so expect to see those in upcoming videos and vlogs while I collect the set. But I feel like I collect sets every January now for some reason, because I got the Wordsworth set last January, and this January I'm collecting an Agatha Christie set. But I absolutely love these hardbacks, and yeah, this Murder on the Orient Express one is absolutely beautiful. Hoping to do like a themed Agatha Christie vlog at some point, so tell me if you would enjoy that please in the comments, that would be great. But very excited to finally read Agatha Christie, because I've never read any, but I'm very excited to. I also had a proof arrive at work, and that is Pride and Prejudice, a retelling by Laura Wood. Very excited for this one. Thank you so much to Barrington Stoke for sending me this copy. This is a dyslexia friendly retelling of Pride and Prejudice, and this one is told by Laura Wood, who is the author of many books, including A Sky Painted Gold, which I recently read and really enjoyed, and they're all inspired by classics. So A Sky Painted Gold was inspired by Gatsby, Great Gatsby, and she's also written a Cinderella retelling, and there is more, but I can't think of them right now. But I'm excited to read this. I've read some other Barrington Stoke books and really enjoyed them, so I'm very excited to read this one. Barrington Stoke are entirely a dyslexia friendly publisher. They publish these little teen books with kind of different fonts and things to make it easier for dyslexic people to read. But yeah, excited to read this one. And then I also have some parcels, 2 of which I think are from Harper, and then 1 of which I don't actually know where it's from. I can't think of anything I've ordered. Maybe I've ordered a book recently. So let's go through these and open them. So the first one is Lulu and Milagro's Search for Clarity, which is following 2 sisters and 1 life-changing trip. And this one is sent to me by Harper360. Thank you so much, Harper, for sending me this one. It's about 2 sisters who become begrudging partners on a school's cross-country college trip, and they'll learn to dream big and discover new things about themselves and each other. And it's a debut novel. very excited to read this. Love this cover, love the colours on it. Very floppy proof as well. So yeah, thank you to Harper for this one. And I have another one which I think is also from Harper. And this one is Message Not Found. And this sounds so good. I'm so excited for this one. As soon as I saw this on the email, knew that I wanted to read this. It looks so interesting. Love this cover. So I'm so excited that I managed to get a copy of this. So this is super interesting. It is about two friends called, I think they're friends. They might be in a relationship. No, best friends called Bailey and Vanessa, and they shared everything, laughter, secrets and packets of pop rocks to ward off bad days. But that all changed the night Vanessa left Bailey's, headed for home and ended up swerving off a cliff nowhere near her house. Now Bailey, who thought she knew Vanessa better than anyone in the world, is left with a million unanswered questions, and the only person with answers is gone. To help grieve her loss, Bailey creates a chatbot in Vanessa's likeness using years worth of their shared text messages and emails. The more data she uploads to the bot, the more it feels like she's really talking to her best friend. That is, until the bot starts dropping hints that there was more going on with Vanessa than Bailey realised, a secret so big it may have contributed to Vanessa's death. This one sounds so good. I love this cover so much as well, so I'm very excited to have a copy because I was definitely going to buy one either way. So thank you to Harper for both of these books, both of which I'm very excited to read, but Message Not Found is definitely my most anticipated one. I put it on lists of my most anticipated books of the year, the first couple of months of the year, so very excited to have that one. I'm also going to open this one, which feels quite heavy and feels like a book. So I hope it is a book. I don't know why I didn't think of these because I knew they'd been delivered while I was away, but these are two more because I knew, I really needed them. Editions of Extraordinary Volume 1 by V. Schwab, and I spotted these on Forbidden Planet and ended up doing quite a V. Schwab heavy order with my pre-order of Gallant, and then I also spotted these and ordered these. So we have I think it's signed Forbidden Planet exclusive edition of Extraordinary, which actually does feel thicker, and it says it has some bonus content in there, and it is signed. And then we also have the convention exclusive, which is very pretty. This is probably my favourite cover. I really like this cover. I think this is the same one as the Illumicrate, but it's in this black and gold colour scheme, and I love this. I now have 5 copies of this, which is just the first volume of the graphic novel, which I'm hoping to be able to read soon because this is in the Villain series, which I haven't read, but I'm hoping to read those soon. But I've already made space for this on my shelf, so hopefully it'll fit down there. I'm very happy to have these. But yeah, okay, so that's everything that's arrived, and I feel like I've gained a lot of books all of a sudden after being quite good for the start of the year, but oh well, I'm very happy to have new books either way. Just gotta find space for them now. I hope you're enjoying this vlog. I'm sorry it's been kind of short so far because I haven't been feeling well and haven't been reading much, but I will update you again tomorrow to end this vlog. welcome to the end of this weekly reading vlog. It is Sunday night. I have had a really nice day. I went for a run and then I went on a walk with my mum and dad, which was really lovely, and we went out into the countryside. So yeah, I've had a really nice day. I've also managed to get quite a lot of reading done, and I managed to finish A Conjuring of Light, which I'm really proud of myself for, especially because I have the rest of the day to read as well. So really glad that I managed to finish this. It is like 700-page brick. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, but it didn't turn out to be a 5 stars in the end. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5 stars. I don't know what was missing. I feel like this is something that should have been a 5 stars, and as I was reading the series I was thinking, you know, if any are going to be 5 stars it will be the last one. But I think there's just something lacking with the character connection for me. I love how Schwab isn't scared to kind of kill people off and make you sad and everything like that, and I did get quite close to being emotional, but I just never felt the connection to the characters that I wanted to feel in order for me to like actually cry when things happened, and I think that's what was missing for me, and I don't exactly know why. I've been trying to pinpoint down why I haven't had that from this series, and I think part of it is because it is told in third person, but then I think of something like Six of Crows, which is also told in third person, and that has made me very emotional. So I don't know what it is, but I really love this series still, just because it wasn't exactly 5 stars for me. It was very close to it, and I loved how all of the books had kind of individual plot points and plot lines. Me and Alex were saying the first one, it also almost sits as a standalone now, and then the last two, they have different plot lines, but they do kind of continue on one from the other. So I would definitely say read it as a series. Obviously they're not exactly standalones, but yeah, the first one does stand alone quite a lot in comparison to the other two. But really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed that there was different plot points. It felt very quick, especially like the second half of reading it I think felt really quick for me. And I've managed to read like 200 pages a day probably the past 2 days to catch up, and it hasn't really felt like too much or a lot. So definitely think, yeah, Schwab has done a very good job with creating a unique fantasy series with a unique kind of magic element to it. Can't remember the name of what magic system, and some great characters that I really rooted for. Just didn't quite have the emotional aspect that I wanted, which is why it's not 5 stars for me, but very close to it. And I'm even more excited to read the villain series now. I think me and Alex are hopefully going to read that soon. So yeah, I haven't read anything else. I am going to carry on with the Monsters of Rookhaven tonight and hopefully get a chunk of this done. Haven't read it in like a week, and I'm about halfway through, and I have 2 more books on my January mini golf TBR to read after this one, and I also have 2 more buddy reads that I want to do. Me and Alex are going to be starting a buddy read tomorrow, and not tomorrow, Tuesday, and me and Alex and Amy and Joe are going to be starting a buddy read tomorrow. So you will be able to see that on my next weekly reading vlog, what those buddy reads are and how I get on with the last week of January. If I can finish my TBR, hopefully I will. And yeah, I will hopefully see you in the next weekly reading vlog. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I feel like it's been very B-roll heavy, so I hope that's been enjoyable for you guys, not hearing me talk so much because of my illness and stuff, but I'm feeling much better today. So I'm gonna go now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye!